Welcome, lovely people. This is my energy reading for the week commencing the 22nd of December 2025. So we've come through the weekend of the solstice, which was the 21st, and also the new moon, which fell on the 19th. And interestingly, that was the day that the latest interstellar object, 3I Atlas, was closest to the Earth. And now I think it's whizzing off towards Jupiter and away from our planet. So you may have found that the energies were quite interesting over the weekend, and I hope that they were very, very influential for you. It was very emotional for me, but sometimes that's kind of what is needed for us to move on and to continue with what we might like to do. Or perhaps it is a time where we question whether what we're doing at the moment is the appropriate or the best thing for us. So I am using Doni Amori's Soul Freedom Energy Card Deck for this reading. Here it is. And I'm just going to take the cards out. And just to set the intention that we have a very clear reading, informing us of the invitations of energy for us all this week. Yeah, so it's not so much like it's really an investigation into what, how would I say, it really is an investigation into what energies are there for us at the moment, what energies are coming up for us this week, and what the invitations are. It's not so much a forecast. Yeah, it's not really a forecast. It's really an invitation. So it's all there, and it's up to us whether we want to partake or not, which is why it's not a forecast at all. Okay, so the intention is for it to be done with unconditional love, with highest divine love, with acceptance, and that it's nice and clear. So I'm just going to shuffle and cut the deck. I've got two parts. Okay, and I use my left hand to choose which part of the deck, and then I split it in two again, and then we keep going until we come down. It's a process of elimination, I suppose. So I'm now just down to two sides and three cards now. And which one is it? It's this one. So this is balance. Interesting. So on the 22nd, we move from the darkest day, which is on the 21st of December, the peak of darkness, and now we're moving into light, and we're moving on towards the next sort of major point would be, I think, Imbolc, which is February, and then the equinox, which is on the 21st, on the 22nd. But already we're being asked to bring in balance. What is it for? Well, we're coming up to Christmas and lots of yummy food, but also the balance between action and not action, being and doing. Yeah, to take time to be, and also we have to take time to do, but creating balance. Okay, sitting in our power, knowing when it's time to take a rest, or time to meditate, time to tune in, time to reconnect, and when it is appropriate to take action to do so. Right, so that's the first one, and let's see what the second one is. Funnily enough, they're just going to be two cards. I just have a message in my head going, no, not 3, 2 for this week. Okay, and I think a couple of weeks ago it was 4. So I'm just going to go with the guidance. Okay, so just 2 cards. And we're being told just to be aware of what, especially for me as well, to be aware of what's going on in our thoughts and feelings, because it's a potent time for creation. So if you really would like to have a time of balance, or maybe a time of more rest, and start your restful time by just sitting down, perhaps a few times a day, just focusing on your breath, slowing it down, and just breathing in and breathing out, finding yourself a quiet place, just a quiet space, and or maybe going on a nice walk through the forest or through the woods, and just taking time to breathe and just being mindful of that. And that could be part of your non-action time for the day, for that period, if you are in for a particularly busy period of time. Okay. So I came down to 3 cards. Okay, it's that one, the left one. Courage. Okay, courage. Courage in balance, what you need for the balance. So perhaps if someone says, come on, let's go out to a party, it's New Year, or we've got more food and let's make a big dinner. Yeah, okay, but I also need some time out. So perhaps dinner can be a little bit simpler. Let's meet, yes, and let's have a big celebration. But perhaps if we can choose something a bit simpler without dozens of trimmings and lots of gravy or everything, and then I can just have a bit of time to just let it all go. Okay. And having the courage to negotiate, maybe, if it's necessary. Okay, so I'm just going to read from the guidebook. It's lovely and concise, so I'd highly recommend this deck. So balance. The intention is achieve greater harmony between mind, body, and spirit. The key energies are harmony, equilibrium, and alignment. The message is balance is the key to everything. Breathe. There you are. Breathe and activate perfect harmony between your mind, body, and spirit. Allow yourself to align with this sacred equilibrium naturally on every level of your being. Receive what you need and let go of what no longer serves you. Trust that this perfect balance will bring you into deeper alignment with your true self and the magic of the journey ahead. We're coming up to the end of the year. We're coming into a number 1 year where we will start to really think about and connect with what we want to create for the next few years. And according to a lot of astrologers, it could be a very tumultuous year, as lots of things are still sort of finishing, and a lot of things are waiting, gestating for rebirth, for a new start. And it is hard sometimes to let go. I find it very, very hard to let go. I find it very hard to understand that that's what's kind of happening, having to let go. Yeah? And making decisions. Okay, it's time to let go. You really have to move and actively remove, let go, and transition into a different state, or into creating something different, into going into dream state, and going into meditation, going into a shamanic journey to access what you then want to create. Okay? So this balance is between mind, body, and spirit. There's a spiritual balancing going on as well. So possibly a lot of healing, a lot of inner child reclamation. Yeah, a lot of shadow work maybe as well. Okay, so yes, and it takes courage. Courage to really face up to stuff. I have been distracting myself for weeks, and now and I've been like, oh, you've got to look at the stuff. So intention is take bold steps toward realizing your dreams and enjoy life more. And the key energies are courage, joy, and action. So here we've got the action, and the action could be just tuning in and making the decisions. Messages: embrace the spark of divine courage within and take bold steps toward realizing your dreams. As you move forward with confidence, allow joy to guide your actions. So I really want that, not that, oh, I'm so fed up and I really need to. And perhaps someone, yes, thank you, Annie, said, no, don't you want to, get the energy of I want to do this, I want to do this, instead of I need to do this. Because I feel, or I was feeling like, I'm taking too much time to get on with this. She said, you need to be in the want energy. I really want to create this. And that will make it far more joyful, far more fun and interesting. So as you move forward with confidence, allow joy to guide your actions. This brings more fulfillment and excitement into your life. Trust in your own abilities and know that every courageous act brings you closer to a life filled with purpose and happiness. Yeah, it does take courage to say, okay, this is not working anymore. So I have to let it go, got to drop it. And I need to allow something else to come in its stead. So drop it and let the phoenix arise, whether it's the water phoenix or the air phoenix or the earth phoenix or the fire phoenix, whichever way you want to put something to rest or to, let it go, and then letting it rise. But the form will be different. Yeah, the form will be different. Perhaps the energy or the creation is something different. But yeah, it takes courage. So balance was first, and then courage. Okay, the balancing, this one, balancing of being and doing, reconnecting. Yeah, reconnecting, using this period of time, even though sometimes it's really crazy, getting out of the crazy states, finding a nice quiet space, or using all your cooking in a meditative way. So every stir, every whiz of your food processor, you can always do it in alignment with your breath. You use the rhythm of your breath to really stay grounded in your body. And as you do so, breathing love to whatever you're doing, and you find that the food that you serve up will have so much healing properties as a result of that. Or if you're doing your shopping, bring your awareness and your mindfulness into that too. Yeah, and it will be more beautiful, be charged with some gorgeous energies. And then take action. Be courageous, make the changes you need, and expect wonders. I mean, look at that beautiful card. It's like a flower in bloom. And these are like two sides which are completely balanced, like mirrored. And then you have a sign of infinity around them. I just noticed that. So that is some gorgeous energies coming in for us. Okay? So have a wonderful Christmas. And I wish you New Year next week. But have a wonderful Christmas. And I hope you have a beautiful time with your friends or family. Or if you're on your own, have you a beautiful time too. And know that you're never alone. And all your helping spirits are with you. and all your angels are with you, sending you loads of love. And just open yourself to that, and you will feel it, and you'll know that you've never been alone. Okay? So thank you very much for joining me. And namaste, and enjoy.